Hi, I'm Joshua Derriso, father to Jaden Derriso.
Hello, I'm Belinda Derriso, grandmother of Jaden Derriso. I'd like to say I'm very proud of him.
I'm Luella Horn. I am a close family member, and I am very, very proud of Jaden and all his accomplishments that he's made through school and through his success at going to Point College. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Lori Pace. I'm Jaden's aunt, and today's a bittersweet day, but I couldn't be prouder.
Hi, I'm Alan Derriso. Jaden's my nephew. I'm very proud to watch him on this journey as he goes into the next phase of his life. We're very proud of his accomplishments, all that he's done in and out of the classroom, and the way he's managed himself as a young man. Congratulations. We love you.
I'm Doris Derriso. I'm Jaden's grandfather. I'm just proud of him. I watched him grow up as a child all the way to now. I even watched him throw a few fits when he was little, but thank the Lord he's matured, and he excelled on the football field, but most of the things I'm more inspired about that with his Christian walk with God. And if he'll put God first in everything that he does, all things are possible.
Hello, I am the very, very proud grandmother of Jaden Derriso. This is my firstborn grandchild, and I'm just so ecstatic to be in this transition.
Hey, I'm Chase Derriso. I'm the brother of Jaden Derriso.
I'm Jewel Gillis. I'm his great aunt, but I tell them all I'm Grandma TWO, two. She's got two others right up here, but he knows how much I love him. He's my whole heart. I'm so excited for him. We're going to miss him not being able to be with us every few days, but we know where he's going, we know why he's going, and we know that he's going to make us very proud of him with all of his accomplishments that lie ahead. We love you, Jaden, with all of our heart. We send you off with our blessings and with God as your guide.
My name is Jamie Wilbur. I'm the uncle of Jaden Derriso, and I'm very proud of my nephew.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kimberly Wilbur Derriso. I am the mother of Jaden Derriso, and I am just so proud of this moment right here. I never thought this day would come, just because I still remember bringing him home from the hospital, and to come to this point right now, it's just a very, very proud feeling, and I'm just so glad to be here.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jaden Derriso, and today I'll be signing with Point University.
Badcock Home Furniture and More is your home store, where you'll find great savings on new living room sets, sofas, love seats, recliners, and more. Badcock Home Furniture and More has great savings every day on bedding and bedroom sets. Shop Badcock Home Furniture and More for a great selection of dining room sets. And save every day on electronics and appliances at Badcock Home Furniture and More, 1927 Highway 441 South in Dublin. Call 275-3144 for more information, or stop by and see Wendy and Tim Sumner or any of their friendly staff today at Badcock and More Home Furniture Store, where no credit is ever refused.
This program brought to you in part by Hometown Supply, thanking those who protect, serve, and keep Lawrence County safe.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Real Talk out here on TV 35. I am your host, Pat Brock, and of course, we are here on the campus of the Dublin High School Fighting Irish, and we've got another young man with us here, Mr. Jaden Derriso. How are you, Jaden?
I'm great.
Jaden, man, you have done it. How do you feel right now?
Very awesome. Real awesome.
Very awesome. Real awesome. Jaden has signed a scholarship to Point University to play football, and we've got his lovely mom with us. Kim, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
How do you feel, Mama?
Oh my goodness. Right now I'm okay, but I'm just that first day is just gonna be. I just see just buckets, and I just.
I know.
I'm gonna be okay, but you know, I guess tears of joy.
That's right,
Yeah.
because you know how this journey has been with him. Now, Dad, we've got Joshua Derriso to my right. How are you, Dad, and how are you feeling right now?
Like a huge weight's off my shoulders.
Is that right?
Yes, it's a lot of miles been put on the truck over the years, taking him to football camps, but it's all worth it.
All worth it. And you know, parents, when we think about this, we talk about this all the time. We want our kids to do well. We want our kids to be successful. So, Kim, how has this journey been for you? I mean, you said you remember when he was first born. You know, when you brought him home from the hospital, and to see, and of course you'll have other sons, but to see this big guy right here, where he is today. Tell us about how that journey has been for you as a mom.
Ooh, boy, it has been a very adventurous journey. I mean, just the goings and comings. I didn't think football was possible. I wasn't thinking football when we brought him home from the hospital. It was just, I have a baby here. What are we supposed to do now? But to see from him being just this little 7-pound baby to this now, yeah, that's a whole lot more than 7, but it's just a blessing, and I'm just so thankful to be a part of it every step of the way. It hasn't been easy, it hasn't, but I mean, just we had God, and we have our little village that's been helping, and I'm just so proud of where he is now. I'm so just blessed and proud of him.
Very good. Jaden, we're going to come to you in just a moment. My dad, I mean, you know, you're talking about this journey. You're talking about hauling him, getting on the road, taking him where he needs to be, and to be there for him. How has this been for you, Dad? Because as a father, the relationship with a father and his son is very special. And so how has this journey been for you to sit here with him today, getting ready to go off to college, and where he started?
Well, like I say, going back into the practices, the football camps, after games, all the times together, and including part of the recruiting process. I mean, it gives me a lot more one-on-one time with him. So, it's pretty good.
And it's that time, and I'm telling you, time is so important because, you know, we'll never get that back. And so, Jaden, as you see your mom and you see your dad here, I mean, they're tearing up because this is special. I know, baby, when we think about, you know, when you first started out and where you are now, you share with us about your journey and how your parents have been there to support you and that village that's been there for you.
Well, when I first started out, I used to come home sore and tired. Mom say, clean the dishes. I'd be like, Mom, I'm tired. I can't move. My body too sore.
Yeah.
The dad would understand. He'd be like, yeah, just let him rest for a little bit. And then, oh, catch a cramp. Mom didn't know. I used to catch him in the middle of the night. Mom would be like, what you want me to do about it? Give me a glass of water or a pickle or something. But
I gotta try that remedy for myself, a pickle. Give me a pickle. So you, when you first started out, I mean, it was very tough.
It was real tough, but I mean, like, I grew up to be a tougher person. It made me more mentally and physically tougher. And that's why I'm here today.
Where do you get all this toughness from?
I get it from Dad. Yeah, he might not look like it, but he was a 5'8", 200-pound stud back in the day.
Wait a minute now. So we're gonna have to check into this stud status. Now, Dad. Now, Dad. So you were an athlete.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about your road as an athlete and the things that you did.
I played 4 years varsity football at another high school, and I played basketball, and worked on the farm. Did a lot of livestock shows. We did everything to try to keep them working on the farm, but we still had to work anyway.
Yeah. Now, were you able to go to college to play?
No, ma'am. I chose to go in the military.
Chose to go into the military. Well done. What branch of service?
National Guard.
National Guard. Well done. And so, Mama, were you an athlete?
Not really, no. I just played at the house. I was a street athlete.
A street ball.
Yeah.
I know all about street ball. And so, you know, an athlete has have to have a really good work ethic. Okay, and to be able to be disciplined to do what you do. Tell us, Mama, how has his discipline been to be able to stay focused and do what he needs to do to get things done?
Oh boy, I mean he is living, breathing football all the time. I mean, he comes up to me constantly trying to tell me about this football player, that football player, and I'm like, yeah, okay, but I, trying to be encouraging and everything. So I sit and I listen. It kind of goes, but I'm trying to give him that attention as well. But he is very dedicated, and I'm just proud of all of his accomplishments.
Very good, very good. Now, Dad, stud, tell us now, when you listen to your son and when you see him out there on that football field, does he remind you of yourself in any ways when you played?
Yes, ma'am. He goes hard every play, and that's what you have to do. I mean, the coaches coach it, but a lot of times the kids, in practice you're in controlled environment, and they're used to only going to a certain point in the play, and they blow the whistle so they can get more snaps, more reps, and stuff like that. So you have to train yourself mentally to go all the way to the whistle blows in the game, because it's going to go. Some plays are going to last a lot longer, some plays are not. You just have to do it, and I've seen him mature from sophomore to senior year doing that.
Very good. Now, okay, guys, this is new now. He's getting ready to leave Mama. He's getting ready to fly away from the nest.
I'm not gonna cry.
I'm not gonna cry either.
Not right now.
Me neither. But I need to stop before I really start crying. But this transition is going to be a lot for you as his mother.
Yes.
Because of the bond that you have with your sons and that relationship that you've built through the years. And so can you give him some sound advice of something that you want him to take with him as he goes off to college, something that will stay with him? Because, it's different when your parents are here and then when they're not. What kind of advice do you want to give to your son?
Well, first and foremost, I think it's just to keep God first in everything that he does, and that let him know that all things are possible. That's been the Bible verse that's been echoed throughout the day today, and I want him to remember that, that no matter what's going on, always put God first, and the rest will, God will work it out. So, and I plan on being there too.
Oh, we know you are.
Yes, I'm going to be there too, but, I just remember I'm right there, but God is always there.
Always there.
Yes,
all right, Dad, now listen, father, son, what do you want to say to your son? To kind of help him, because this is a whole nother journey he's about to take, a whole nother adventure. And so share with him some words of wisdom, things that you want him to take with him and always keep with him as he grows further and further in his career and in life.
Well, when you aim for the moon, you fall short, you grab the stars. And it's like I tell him and a lot of other kids, if you want something, fight for it. And when I say fight for it, act like you're the third monkey trying to get on Noah's Ark and it just started to rain.
You just messed me up with that. I'm usually very good at listening. And did you say the third monkey on Noah's Ark?
And it just starting to rain.
And it just starting to rain. Lord,
That's how bad you gotta fight.
I love that. The third monkey. Now listen. When you listen to the advice of your mom, when you listen to the advice of your dad, speak to them individually. What do you want to say to your mother about how she's been there for you, okay, through this journey and still with you? And for your dad, the advice that he gives you, how he pushes you, give them words, okay?
All right, well, I'm starting with my mother. Mom, I do love you, and I remember all the times you used to fuss at me and cuss at me, but it was only out of love. And like one of my coaches at Point said, it's a benevolent dictatorship. So, I understand what you're doing. It's all going to be worth it. I love you, and I got you one day. Pops, I got you too, man. I love you. And thank you for all the advice you gave me. And the mental toughness, I wouldn't be the stud I am today.
Oh, Lord, 2 studs we've got here. Well, thank you to you, Mom, for what you have done for your son. And I think sometimes we have to make hard decisions as parents for the betterment of our kids. And thank you for that, for staying with him, staying tough with him. Dad, thank you. You've gotten a little tender on us, Daddy. Yeah, but I know you don't, but it's up here now. But we thank you for being the stud that you are and have been in raising another stud, but also being the father, pushing him to where he needs to be because you know the greatness that's on his life. Thank you so much. All right, you have met the parents, ladies and gentlemen, of Jaden Derriso. We done giggled and cried all at the same time, but we're so thankful for all that you guys are doing for him and yet continue to do. Thank you. Ms. Kim Derriso and Joshua Derriso.
Hello, I'm Darren Keene with Clements & Keene Insurance. If you're like myself, you may be a self-employed individual with maybe 1 or 2 employees on your payroll. You may have thought in the past that you couldn't acquire group health insurance, but now you can. Some of the rules and regulations have changed to make it more favorable for you to do so for 2018. Give us a call at 272-8019 and let us help you with the decisions that you need to make for you and your business.
Hello, I'm Brian Bazemore with Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. We've been in business for over 12 years here in the Dublin market, and we would like to invite you to come by and experience a new way of banking. We have the state-of-the-art teller pods, fast, friendly personnel, and we have same-day loan approval. Lenders are on site to be able to help with all of your financial needs. Come by today and experience a new way of banking. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County, 605 Bellevue Avenue, Dublin.
This is such an exciting day, ladies and gentlemen. We've got this young man here to my right, Jaden Derriso, signing a scholarship to Point University. We're at it again, Coach Holmes.
Hey,
You've got another one.
And we're so excited. It's always great as a coach when your young men have the opportunity to go on and play at the next level, and Jaden is certainly well deserving of any opportunity he gets.
That's right. Now share with us about when Jaden first started. Now, he wasn't this big, though, was he?
No, he was a little bit chubby, a little roly-poly guy that smiles like he is right now. But you could tell from the beginning that Jaden was committed. He never missed anything. He worked hard. You know, some people may not look at this as something that's important, but school team fundraisers, things like that that we did, he was always first. Now, I'm not sure if it was Jaden or if it was the family, but at the end of the day, parental support, parental guidance, parental involvement in the growth of a child is so important. And it was obvious that Jaden had that. But as I've said many times throughout the course of this year, Jaden is the only player in our senior class that was a 3-year starter. He started for us every game for 3 years at left tackle. Did a tremendous job. He may not have felt like that was the case most of the time because the pressure is always applied, and you know, our superintendent, Dr. Fred Williams, often says, you know, that a diamond was once a piece of coal. That's right. And it turned from coal to a diamond because it was under constant pressure. And, you know, Jaden is one of those kids that you could say came in as a piece of coal and he's leaving a diamond. And very proud of him.
Right, very good. Now, Jaden, when you hear Coach Holmes talk about you this manner here, do you remember those days when you first started out, when he first saw you come out there on that field? And
Yeah, he used to yell at me a lot.
how have you seen yourself as a player change, you know, or evolve, so to speak?
Well, I had to come out a little side stage. I was real shy. I didn't really speak to my teammates as much as I do now. Like, I really didn't communicate with them and involve with myself with them. But as the years went on, I mean, the next year I was trying all my stuff for spring. He said, well, hey, I'm looking at my new left tackle. And I was like, well, playtime's over with, not JV no more. I'm on varsity.
Wow.
The practices were longer, practices were harder. I mean, it was times where I was like, I'm not sure if I want to be a varsity starter.
Right.
Then, like, the next year I came back, it was just easy to me. And that's how it's been like these last 2 years.
That's right. And so many players look up to you, Jaden, and that's a huge responsibility.
It is tremendously. It's a very hard responsibility.
And tell us about some of your character, your characteristics, things about you as a student and as well as an athlete that has helped you to be a leader for those other young men to follow.
Well, I made sure I had, like, no issues at all on the field and off the field. Like, I always made sure where I was supposed to be at this time. I was never late to anything, practice, class. None of it.
Wow. Look at that work ethic. You don't get that every day.
We don't, and again, that's why this young man is set up for success. Now, is it going to be easy? Nope, because you're starting at the bottom of the totem pole again. Jaden was one of our bigger linemen. Well, he's going to get up there, and he's not going to be one of the biggest linemen, you know. And but because of his desire to work in the weight room and those type things, he will develop into that type of player. He's just got to get his mindset and understand that this whole process is starting over again. You know, you're kind of going from a hero today. First day of practice, you're going to be a zero. You got to work your way back up. But that's what athletics is all about, and that's why they let us have them in a school setting, and that's why they're so important. Is you have to earn what you get, and Jaden will do that though because he's cut from the right cloth.
Right, very good. Now, Jaden, you're cut from the right cloth, young man. I mean, what are your expectations about going to this next level of college? Like, you know, I think in your mind you kind of have your perception of how things are going to be. What things are you going to have to work on when you think earnestly and honestly about you? What are you going to have to work on to help you as you transition to this next level?
I think I have to do the same thing I did in high school, just remain humble and be faithful in everything that I do. I don't expect to start as soon as I get there. I know that, like you said, I have to start from the bottom, get all the way back to the top. And I've done that before, and I'll do it again.
So you know this. You got this, right?
I've got it.
Very good. Coach, thank you so much for sharing with us today. Thank you for, as you continue to push these young men for greatness, we appreciate all that you do for these young men right here.
Well, we enjoy doing it. We really do.
Thank you. This is Coach Roger Holmes, ladies and gentlemen.
If you're in the market for affordable transportation, come on into Dublin Auto Sales. Getting to work, school, or around town every day requires dependable transportation. And that's what you'll find at Dublin Auto Sales. We offer in-house financing too, so credit is never an issue. See Wayne Kemp or any of his friendly staff today. Bill Toppings, Alan Fields, TJ DeRochi, or Freddie Cook. Look for Dublin Auto Sales at 1705 Telfair Street and at 406 North Jefferson and 511 North Jefferson, where you'll find a great deal. Dublin Auto Sales, affordable transportation you can count on.
The Leprechauns are back at Farmers Home Furniture in the Dublin Mall.
And they are saving you money.
Sugar, I can't pay your interest for a whole year.
Why? 12-month no interest it is.
No, I can't reduce this. It's already half price. Open an account and receive 10% off, even if it's on sale.
I can't sell you this queen size pillow for $39. $39 work for me, little leprechaun.
There's no way I can give you that blower free.
This dinette set is awesome, but I can't give you the bench for free. Oh, wait, I can do that all month.
Leprechaun, we can't get any leather from Italy. Wow, Italian leather has arrived, and it won't peel.
Farmers Home Furniture, employee owned and employee operated. Come to Farmers.
This has been such a fantastic day, getting the opportunity to kind of chat with Jaden's family and to meet some for the first time. We've got the grandparents with us. Barbara, hey, darling.
How you doing?
Doing great. Now, listen, Grandma. That's your big baby over here.
He is.
Tell us what you're feeling right now for this special occasion with your grandson and getting ready to go off to college and play football.
Well, I got to say it's bittersweet. You know how you sit back and you think that you're just going to be so ecstatic when that time comes, but then when it actually appears, you're like, oh, my God. I'm a little sad now. Yeah. Who am I going to fuss with? Because he and I, we had some rounds, and he didn't have a bad attitude. He was just, what would you say you were, baby?
Is he stubborn?
That's it. Stubborn and hard-headed. He was stubborn and he was a little hard-headed. But he would always come around, and he had a way when we would disagree. He had a way of coming back, and you know how he would never really say, "Well, Nanny, I'm sorry," but he would come back and he try to love on me, or he try to do something to make me know, well, oh yeah, I heard you, Nanny.
There you go.
I can ran your blood pressure up, but I'm with you now.
When you hear your grandmother talk about you like that, talking about you having a hard head, and and the relationship that you have with her, tell me what you'd like to share with her about that.
Man, I love my grandmother. She may aggravate me, still at me sometimes. She's worse than my mom. When Mom says clean the dish and I say, Mom, sore, I need a little break right now, she'll be like, okay, I'll give you about 10 minutes. When she tells me to do it, it's right now.
Yeah.
Get out that bed. You ain't done nothing all day.
You see how the generation changes?
I see.
Shift. All right, we've got Pops here, Doyce.
Derriso.
Listen to this man here. You hear him talk. Share with us, Grandpa, about what you're feeling right now and your role in this journey of seeing your grandson get to where he is and what you're feeling.
Well, we was fortunate enough to be around him a lot because we live close and watched him raise up. And we watched him go through them little fit, 2-year-old tantrum fits. And as he got a little older, Miss Barbara had it right, hard-headed and stubborn. She had it right, but like she said, didn't matter how mad he gets, he'll come around after a while and want to love on you. And he might be 6'3", weigh about 275, but he's really just a big teddy bear.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he probably, unfortunately, he's the most lovable one of the three.
Wow.
I think all of them folks will vouch for it. As far as him leaving, I got mixed emotions. I probably dread him leaving more than I did my own two. I dread my own two to go.
Yeah. So this is different.
This is different because, if we knew grandkids were going to be so much fun, we would have had them first.
That's right. And so, Jaden, you hear your grandpa here. Look.
Well, I'm not the stud no more.
You're not the stud anymore. These two have broken you down to size a little bit here. And, but I think about with grandparents, I mean, that's a different relationship than with your parents. And it's a special feeling that you have with your grandparents. And so, Grandma, she crying on me. Y'all know that, right? She's a silent tears. She's giving silent tears. When you think about him being hard-headed and all that, and you've seen how he has evolved into a young man and he's getting ready to go off, you've got to give him some words of encouragement, some words of advice that'll help keep him, because you all are not going to have to be there with him. And so he's going to have to really retain all of the stuff that he experienced. Go ahead and wipe it up. All of the things that he's experienced in life, the things that you have taught him, that you all have taught him, and have hoped that he's been able to get and grasp. And now he's going to have to, be up there in college. And so give him some words of wisdom and advice that you want to give him.
I don't want him to ever forget that he's never alone. As you can see by the people that came out, this is his village out here. And we put a lot into you. We poured a lot into you. We poured our life into you. And we all love you, and you can't ever forget that. Don't ever let anybody convince you that you are not loved and that you're not worthy, because you are more than worthy.
That's beautiful. Doyce?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, I watched him grow up as a young man, and between both families, we had one goal in mind, that was to bring him up in a godly household. And when he got saved, probably more important day than this to me, that he leans on the Lord.
That's right.
So I want to tell him to stay focused on his books, stay focused on his football. It'll carry him where he wants to go, and that I'll always be with him. And I know all these folks will be praying for him. I'm only a phone call away, but remember, God's right there, that instant, that minute. He knows what you're doing, so do what's right.
There you go. Your grandparents here have they're sharing their hearts, not just with us, but the people out there of Dublin, Lawrence County, because this is a very sensitive thing. This is a very emotional time for families, and for them to say the words that they've said to you, the encouraging words, what would you like to share with them individually about the role and the place that they've had in your life, and taking heed to the words of encouragement that they've given you?
Well, first off, to my Nana, I love you, and I love you dearly. I know we may have our little disagreements from time to time. May not want to wash the dishes at this time, but I'm going to get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're going to stay focused. Because that's, I think when you listen to what both are saying, is they want you to stay focused.
I remain humble. I will stay on my books. You ain't got to worry about me not being loved, because I know you love me very much. No one else does. Grandpa, I love you so much. I know you've been there for me when I was a little baby, and you raised me into the man I am today. I want to thank you for that. All the times out in the field we used to fuss at each other, hurry up and pick them green beans. They stuck with me till now.
Yeah, yeah.
And you molded me into the man I am today. I thank you for that.
Got to learn to work.
Yeah, yeah.
Anybody hand it to you.
You can't work. If a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. So thank you, grandparents.
Thank you.
Thank you for the wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding of life and of God's word that you have instilled within Jaden. Our prayer is that something that he'll always keep with him, whether it's washing dishes, whether it's picking those green beans or doing whatever he needed to do. You all are doing a wonderful job and have done a great job in helping to rear him. So thank you to that. Thank you for that. All right, Mr. Doyce, we appreciate you. And thank you, Ms. Barbara.
Thank you.
These are the grandparents, ladies and gentlemen, of Jaden Derriso.
There are many ways of doing business today.
Hello?
Call centers, mobile apps.
Right away.
But when it comes to what really matters, our way is pretty simple. To be there when you need us most. That's the quality of your independent agent and the company that stands behind them.
Orr Insurance in Dublin is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Meet Kate, design consultant, always on the run.
Hi.
Wherever she goes, she can keep track of her accounts with Robbins Financial Credit Union's free online banking.
All I need is my phone or tablet, and I'm set.
She can open new accounts, transfer funds, or make mobile deposits with a simple snap of a picture.
That's my favorite, of course.
Last week, she even applied for her new car loan right from her tablet.
And I got exactly what I was looking for. Thanks, Robbins.
Robbins Financial Credit Union. Better banking for everyone.
This has been such a great day. I mean, Jaden, we've been meeting so many of your family. Now we've got an uncle over here. Alan, how's it going, man?
Hey, doing really well. We're having a really good time today.
This has been so much fun. Now, Alan, as the uncle, share with us about, this guy right here to my right, how you've seen him mature into the young man that he is, but also tell us about how he started out.
Well, in my experience, he wasn't as stubborn because I'm the uncle, so I get to have all the fun times.
Yeah.
So he's worked really hard at his craft of football. He's worked really hard in the classroom, which I'm most proud of.
Mm-hmm.
And as you've heard mentioned, he has a wonderful walk of faith.
Yeah.
And we're very proud of that and hope he stays with that. And I'm really glad that he's going to a good university like Point.
That's right.
So he can continue that walk of faith.
That's right.
But as he's grown, he's matured a lot into the leader that he is on the football field.
Yeah.
And that's really inspiring to see that he's grown out of that shell. What he mentioned he was a little shy, but he's not that way anymore, and he can talk to anybody now, and he's just really blossomed into a very articulate, well-mannered young man, and I'm very proud of him.
That's right. And as his uncle, every one of you have special relationships with him.
Yeah.
And an uncle is so special. An aunt and uncle, that relationship that you have with him it's different from any other relationship.
It is. I probably know a little bit way too much about him that other people don't know. So.
Yeah. Well, I think that with aunts and uncles, we tend to, the kids tend to share a little bit more.
Yeah, I get to do all the fun things, and then I get to send them home at the end of the day. So.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you are the keeper of secrets.
Exactly.
All right. Now, we've got a family friend who's been in the family for many years, who was also your school teacher, if I'm not mistaken.
I was in school with her son, yes.
All right. Very good. Now, Miss Luella. Talk to us a little bit. Talk to us about your relationship with this family and, of course, with Jaden and to seeing him progress.
Well, I have been a member, a friend of the family's for a long time, and it's developed over the years. But when these three young boys started coming to church, he was a little roly-poly, and he always enjoyed eating candy that my husband kept on the bench with us, so he would always ask very politely, could he have a piece of candy? But I have watched him grow to be a fine, outstanding young Christian man, and I've also watched him mature to be the young man that he is today. A lot of the immaturities that we see in our young boys sort of follow them on, but with Jaden, it seems like he's let those go, and he's really focused on his studies and his accomplishments, and I am very, very proud of his success that he's accomplished this year as a senior. Very proud of him.
Very nice. Now, Jaden, now when you hear the family friend here, you hear your uncle speak, share with us about your relationship with each of them and how they have been a contribution to the young man that you are today, as they've seen you mature, as both have said, into the young man that you are. Start with your uncle, please.
All right, my uncle, he wasn't there very much when I was little because he was far away in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But I mean, every time it came down, it was always something that we were going to do. We were always going to hang out, and it was fun. And then, like, as I got older, I had a phone then. I had to borrow the house phone back in the day to call him. But we had to, but having talks with him and him giving me advice was like the greatest life lessons I had.
Yeah.
Now, Miss Llewellyn, when she's talking about candy, they had my favorite candy.
What's your favorite?
It's mints, and like cinnamon is my favorite one in particular, like Starbrights. But Miss Llewellyn, I used to think, just like my Aunt Jewel, I thought they were mean, just mean women. But they were very fair. They were real fair, and they have really impacted me on my Christian walk with Christ.
And that's necessary. The relationships that you all have built with Jaden are all necessary to help catapult him to his next level. And so, Uncle Allen, give him some words of wisdom, because you've gone off to college and you've gone off far away from your family. And so give him some words of wisdom about college life and how he needs to really stay focused to complete his mission that he's on, okay?
Yeah, I think it doesn't matter if you go an hour down the road or if you go 12 hours away. You still don't have your parents to wake you up in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to be regimented. And I think as an athlete, Coach Holmes and the program here has really set him up to be successful in college, because he's going to have that regimen, he's going to have structure. Yeah. And that's what's important in college. I was terrible at 8 a.m. chemistry class. I was not rolling out of bed for that. But, you know, when you have a scholarship, you play a sport, it's required that you attend class. Yeah. And you have, you know, study halls, and you have all these things. So that structure. And I would say don't lose sight of where you're from and your walk with Christ. I mean, he's going to a Christian university, but that doesn't mean every kid there is a Christian.
Hello.
And you know how kids are these days.
Okay.
I hate to sum it up into some cliche.
You got to keep it real, though.
You do. You got to keep it real. But if he keeps doing what he's doing now, dedicates himself in the classroom, works out, focuses on what his coach and teachers tell him, he's going to be just fine. He's
going to be just fine. And you're right what you're saying. Listen to your uncle about it. It is a Christian university, a very great Christian university, but at the same time, you're going to have all different kinds of people from all different places of the world. And so you're going to still have to be solid with who you are. You're going to have to be solid and focused with who you are as an individual, okay? Because it's not about the name or the label of the school. It's about who you are and the substance that you are made of and what keeps you. All right, Ms. Luella.
I know that Jaden's going to have a very busy schedule, but I would like to challenge him to take time for a special Bible study, that he can take time to read a devotion, scripture, and have prayer. Make that an important part of your day, Jaden, every day. Regardless of what comes and what goes, you can take that 5 minutes and give it back to the Lord, and he'll bless you with it.
There you go. There you go. Such good home training there that he needs to keep with him, to always be able to have that word before him and to not just read it, to be a doer of the word as well. Thank you so much, Miss Luella, for how you have been such an intricate part in this family as a friend, the advice that you've given, the Christian life that you have lived, and how you've tried to live before this young man to see, to emulate. Uncle Allen, thank you. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Thank you. We're proud of the relationship that you've had with this young man, whether you've been afar or back home here. We thank you. Thank you for the wisdom that you've imparted into his life. Thank you for being that friend that he's needed, and to be that listening ear for him. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have met Mr. Jaden Derriso here, who has signed a scholarship to Point University in West Point, Georgia. He's excited, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you can tell, he's excited. His family, his friends, his support system that have been with him through thick and thin are so proud of him. And we as a community are proud of him. And we want to see you to succeed, to continue to push yourself towards that limit, but to keep your eyes on the prize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching Real Talk. That's all the time we have here on TV 35, and please keep watching.
The City of Dublin Natural Gas provides the most cost-efficient source of energy available today. So for your home, choose the most natural resource. Safe, clean, efficient. All new subdivisions around the Dublin area have natural gas available. Start reducing your energy bills today with Dublin City Natural Gas Department. Natural gas, the smart choice. Call 277-5048 today and let us help you start saving today.
So I'm Will, and this is my wife, Babs, and I grew up in Dublin. And Babs and I met at the University of Georgia when we were in college. After dating a while, we got married, moved off to North Carolina for seminary, and then towards the end of seminary, we got a call from First Baptist, and there was opening for a youth ministry position.
We had found a house before we moved down to Dublin. The day we were supposed to move to Dublin, we found out that that house wasn't going to work out.
So we called up Susan and the team and just asked, where do we begin? Where do we start? You know, what do we need to do to make this move forward?
They were very patient with us and trying to find, with our new salaries, a house and working with us to get those numbers correct so that we could purchase the house that we're in now. So they helped us not only once, but twice through the whole process. So.
We had questions and we didn't know really who to ask, and so we really just directed all of them to Morris Bank, and we would ask Susan or we would speak with one of her teammates, and whether it was something that they were supposed to know or answer, they usually always helped or would find the answer for us. And so it really just made the process, you know, very easy and reassured us that they knew what they were doing even though we had no idea what we were doing, and that it was just a very smooth process. Just walking through the door the first time, just imagining that our family was going to get started there. It was just a really exciting time to think about all the possibilities because of a home, and that we could share that with friends and family.